This is WizardShack. It's a podcast of sorts. So they say.
Hey, what's up? We're live. How's it going, Lovitz? Like this thumbnail here? This cuck Dave Filoni.
Who's that?
He's like the guy who's running Star Wars pretty much now.
I thought it was who's that comedian that got canceled for like fucking underage girls?
Oh, Chris D'Elia?
Yeah, I thought it was him.
Yeah, you know, I can kind of see that a little bit.
Yeah, I saw these like posts about how
he got a little fucked
all
over.
these women are gooning for Ernie Hudson because he looks so great at 78. I was like,
yeah, he's still fucking cool. 78. No, he does. He does look pretty good. I mean, he actually definitely does. But I think he was always like kind of like a workout type guy. You know, like one of those people who care about the way they look.
I kind of got fucked over.
Yeah, well, he talks about it. It's funny. He's actually kind of cool about that. Yeah, I mean, here is Ernie Hudson at 78 for this, you know, the runway of this new Ghostbusters movie, which is doing better than I thought it would. Apparently, young kids actually like it. Yeah, I mean, he looks pretty good. I mean, especially compared to like Dan Aykroyd, who's like looks basically like an egg person, and Bill Murray is like
an egg person.
Man, there's a part, I don't know if it got cut, but there's a part in the movie where for no reason at all, Bill Murray's just has sunglasses on, and it doesn't make any sense. Just so goofy looking. It was so strange when I saw it. I was like, something didn't pay out here. We're missing a scene. But I kind of doubt they're missing a scene. They probably used everything they could with Bill Murray.
Did Bill Murray just kind of feel like he didn't want to be there?
Oh, definitely. There's even a part where he like finds a bottle of liquor like in the old Ghostbusters firehouse wall, and I was like, that's probably the most realistic thing that's going on here is him drinking on set. I'm sure that was like he was into that. Ernie Hudson definitely wants to be there. He wants to be in Ghostbusters a little bit too much. He's like always in the costume, like the ghost. Like he's always at all those.
What else does he have going on? You know, like Bill Murray and everybody else, they can do shit. This is like all he's got, really.
Yeah, I mean, like he's always like dressed up like in his suit. Like anytime you see him, he's like in that. It's embarrassing. You know, he doesn't like like he doesn't often look like this.
He sleeps in it.
I feel like he does because it is like a little bit embarrassing. Like he's always.
Oh shit! He was in Congo.
Yeah, he's in Congo.
That movie's fucked up.
Yeah.
There's this part.
Amy,
it's fucking awesome. Bad. Where they're all like sleeping in the encampment, and they set up these machine guns that are like set up to a motion sensor.
I love the idea that
I like Congo.
I like Congo too. It's Indiana Jones vibe. I like this vibe of like in the middle of this weird jungle, there is like a weird city of ruins that might have something like that's a cool concept. I like that a lot. I always did.
It's also really gory. Like at the end when they're trying to escape, it's like a lot of really fucked up violent shit. And
the bad gorillas
during the night, that part's good. Yeah, the movie.
Yeah, the bad gorillas are.
Of course, stop eating my sesame cake.
Yeah,
that's a. I'm surprised that hasn't got memed out harder.
Congo.
Pour one out.
Yeah, pour one out. Pour one out for old Amy with her translator. Does Amy die at the end? I thought she like sacrifices herself.
No, I thought the whole point is that they actually get to release her into the.
Oh yeah, that's right. She gets released. Don't they get away in like a hot air balloon? Am I crazy about that? Is that how they escape in a hot air balloon?
I don't know. It's been a long time since I saw that. I'm surprised. I'm like shocked at my recollection of that much of it.
Yeah, I feel like they get out from a hot air balloon, but that could be a different movie. Maybe I'm thinking of Operation Dumbo Drop or something too. I might be confusing that one in there, which is not a good movie. That's not good.
What is that?
Yeah, I was looking this. You shared this thing with me. This.
Oh yeah. There's so the baseball season started, and then comes with like a new MLB The Show, but apparently I think they rushed it and they didn't work out a lot of the bugs.
Yeah, I didn't know if that was this guy's look. Like there was this pitcher who cut out the top of his hat and had his eyes in there. I thought that could have been a new look. And then I saw this one was pretty good. Evan Carter, I don't know who he is, but
he plays on the Rangers.
Like that.
Yeah, it's just it reminded me of that clip we had where AI created like a baseball experience with all these like people eating their own hands and like hot dog and mustard morphing with their bodies, and it was almost like they were eating themselves. And then there were all these like weird shots of children like all mutated, like some Aphex Twin video. It was pretty fucked up. But it had, I don't know, I feel like AI has like similar things that it can't handle. I feel like hands, you mentioned that before. Hands is one of them.
Which is a weird thing, man, because it's a hard thing for human artists to draw hands. So it's very strange that they have an issue with it too. Right?
Yeah, I was okay with hands, but I was not good with like face proportions.
It's all about the it's kind of like eyes. I think you can kind of like, if you have the eyes, you draw two eyes, there's always like an eye length or half an eye length in between, and then you can use eyes as your measurement of your proportions for faces. Remember that. But yeah, I didn't like drawing. But yeah, this looks like a shell-shocked World War I victim here. I even can see like the World War I hat on this. Oh, and this one I thought was good too. I guess there's a lot of weird things going on with. This is also kind of looks like a World War I guy too.
Well, one of the common ones is that their eyes poke out the brim of the hat, and it reminds me of something. I just can't like put my finger on what it is.
Yeah, that's really weird.
What's creepy is like it's consistent.
The background people are creeping me out. Is that Joe Biden?
All the faces have these weird like sharp red eyebrows, and they're all like bitter beer faced. Remember that weird commercial?
Yeah. Ooh, that's a weird commercial. Yeah.
Yeah.
What was that for?
Really, I did not like it. I didn't find it funny.
What was that for? Bush or something, or was it?
I think it was Bush.
No, it was something else, man. It was one of those beers I remember in college people drank. It was
you never had Four Loko before?
Oh, it was Keystone Light. Oh, that was such a bad beer.
Yeah.
Too. It's funny. That was commercial for Keystone. That was a bad tasting beer anyway.
Really cheap, like awful shit.
But big time. Did you
ever hit Four Loko before it got banned?
No, it got banned before we were in college. But we were like in high school. Doug probably had it because he was in college a year ahead of us.
They fucking ruined it for all of us.
Yeah. I don't know. There's similar stuff out there, I think. Right? Isn't there? I mean, it's just like actually, isn't like the seltzers kind of like it?
It was like a mix. It was like an energy beer, but some of the ingredients were like really kind of fucked up to where it was like you could get away with the alcohol content for some reason and like bypass regulations. I don't know. It was a strange.
Yeah, it had caffeine and alcohol. I'm surprised. I mean, that's got to exist now. Something like it, right? Or I don't know. I haven't seen it. But oh yeah. First things here. Not good stuff. Bad stuff, of course.
What for our stock?
Oh no, the stocks are actually. I haven't checked the Disney stock.
Stocks are up.
Let me see what the Disney stock's looking like. Live look at the Disney stock. Disney stock's in a good spot, man. I bought stock when it was at 81. So,
hey, when that fucking Snow White movie finally comes up, it's really gonna peak.
Yeah, I mean, I bought stock around this time. It's like this period here. October.
So how do you know when to sell or just keep holding?
I think honestly, it's over the last 6 months, it's gone up 40%. That's almost like not doubling. That's pretty good. Getting a quarter of your money added on, it's pretty good.
Have you heard of the term diamond hands?
No.
Where
that?
like you
Is that a baseball
you
thing?
hold no matter what, like how like everything's crumbling around you, but you still just don't care. Doesn't
There's
matter.
there's some things that are good to do that with, like that like the NASDAQ and shit and other crap. Like there's certain stocks to do that with. Disney, I don't know. This thing can go down and up, but I don't know. I think it got it at a good time. Bought it at a good time. I don't think it's gonna go down a lot again. I think it'll only go up actually. I mean, I'll sell it once it gets to like if it hits 150, I'm gonna sell it. That's what's gonna happen. Almost, around there, 150, 160, like doubling where we bought it. Yeah, that's where that's where I want to get rid of it. Then we'll buy Amazon stock that's sinking. Speaking of Amazon, that's
Yeah, the good thing about Amazon is that it's almost like our version of legalized slavery, where they just pressure people into like working insane hours and never leaving their desk, and they have like piss buckets and stuff. That's what you want.
It doesn't. Yeah, and I mean they've also they're such a monopoly too. They're monopolized, a lot of the shopping in general, but also I don't even remember, but Amazon used to work with UPS, where like UPS was the delivery drivers for it. Now it's like they have their own delivery truck thing, so that's like taking into that business. Like
they cut out the middleman.
Yeah, they cut out the middleman for that, and then of course, look at all the stores that are gone because of, Amazon. And it's a bunch.
Yeah, I'm kind of pissed off that mall near me is not going to be functioning anymore because I like going there just to walk around and like
some of it. I was reading they're keeping some of it.
And there were some places I'd buy clothes at, and then some places I'd get food at in the food court that were not bad.
I think they're keeping like half of it. I know they're keeping the AMC. That's staying.
Oh, so I thought at one time you said that they were demolishing the whole thing and putting up like
for half of it, like apartments or something.
High rises for real estate.
No, it came out that it's just going to be half of it gone.
Oh, okay. Shit.
But that's what happened. Is they said it was getting demolished. I think some of it is. They're going to tear down the majority of it, though.
No, that's cool though. I thought it was like completely done. So
no, that AMC is going to stay there.
They're just like refurbishing the whole thing.
No. They're putting an apartment. They're taking half of the space away, and probably just keeping a few stores.
So people are going to live right on top of a mall.
They're going to live like to the right of it. Something like that.
That's kind of weird.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be different. It should be the different roads there. They're going to change it up. That I don't know. That area kind of sucks. It's like a highway area.
I know that's going to really fuck up the traffic then.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Would that be worse or better?
I think that could be worse. Speaking of worse.
No, because why would like a few people living in a building be worse than a bunch of randos going in and out all day? It'd be better.
I don't think many people are going to the mall, so there's gonna be actually people there that are living there, not. I think that mall, obviously, it's getting shut down because no one's going. That's gotta be.
Yeah, the last time I went there, a lot of the major those kind of like big chain store things were all blacked out. They didn't even come back.
Oh really?
Abercrombie and Fitch.
Yeah,
American Apparel. Oh no, not American Apparel.
American Eagle.
Yeah. That like surfer one.
Hollister.
Yeah.
Paxson or something.
Paxson, yep. And then you know what really sucked? It was like one of the few places you could go and buy like Blu-rays and DVDs. Suncoast, I think that's gone.
Yeah.
That's funny though. Figurines and shit. And I bet if you were like
those are cool. I remember that. That was a good fucking store.
Or like just kind of with it, you could probably pick up on like limited run stuff, and stash it just in case.
Yeah, that was a cool store. That was definitely like a cool store for movie fans because I know exactly what you're saying. There was like memorabilia kind of stuff or replica props, that kind of thing. It was cool, like posters and everything. That was a good store.
But a lot of those toys turn into collectibles because the release is not that big and a lot of people don't bother to keep it, so it keeps the pop count pretty low.
Yeah, I mean, nothing gets there's not many things that get a toy release anymore.
That Creon stuff that you have and Smog.
Yeah,
I don't think a lot of people collected it, let alone saved it. So if that's like boxed and shit, I bet you could hold on to that and get like double.
Yeah, some of them are some of the figures I have, like Azog. Remember that like white orc, the CG orc? His figure is like $100.
One of his hands is like a blade,
like a hook. Yeah. That's $100 just for his figure, because they didn't do a line of toys for the third movie, so it was only the first two movies that got the line of toys, and now you don't ever see movies that the only thing that's getting toys are established things that already have toys, like Star Wars, and like there's no Rings of Power toys. There's none of that. Like there's not toys for anything anymore. It's all just legacy shit. It's got to be like Transformers, Star Wars, or Ghostbusters got some toys. I don't know how they're selling that. I don't know who's buying new Ghostbusters shit. I don't really get that one.
The Smog one's good because despite it being a major character, I don't think a lot of people have that collectible, and I don't think a lot of them. Can you get that shit for like? Can you grade that?
No, I don't think so. It's probably too big.
How do you grade something that big?
It's not even the one I have. My box is a little fucked up on the outside, so it's not the.
That's
most,
okay.
like,
I think people.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to grade it.
That kind of comes with the territory, and it's going to be hard to make it, keep it mint.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to grade some things because it'd probably be better just selling it without.
Yeah,
that's actually how that's kind of how I feel about grading in general. I think it could lower the value of your item. Like that's where it kind of
like all my shit is pretty rough. I have a bunch of Shack stuff that I want to sell, and I could probably sell it raw and still be okay. But
oh yeah, so I'm looking at that Smog toy. It's listing on eBay for about $250, which is pretty good.
And what'd you pay?
Probably like $50 for it, $40, around there. Nothing like crazy.
I would wait though, because I really doubt that there's going to be a lot of people even trying to sell it or put it up or have it still boxed.
Yeah, it's also one of those things that movie series is like looking a lot better now. So I think that's helping it. Like
that's
especially
also
with Rings of
about
Power.
Collectibles is that most people when they get them, they have the impulse to just open it right away. The fact that you're not like some 5-year-old on Christmas opening a present, Well,
that's like
I wish I sit on that shit.
Yeah, I wish I did that as a kid, but I wasn't able to do that. I was trying to play with those.
Yeah, no, I wish I saved like my original Sega with the games that came with it and never opened any of it.
Oh yeah, there's like those unopened Nintendos that are worth tons of fucking money. I don't know who the fuck said like I'm gonna keep one and not open it. Like that's smart.
With, Mario and Paperboy or Paper
it came with Duck Hunt. Like, Duck Hunt and
Duck Hunt? Yeah.
Yeah, I think Duck Hunt was the one that always was with it. And then something else, maybe Gumshoe, Duck Hunt and Gumshoe are the ones that it was like that cross game with the gun. That's what they gave you. They gave you the gun in the Nintendo, and you had Gumshoe and Duck Hunt. But speaking of, well, I can't really transition to that because I like those things. But speaking of a terrible show, speaking of Smaug. Yeah.
Do we have the Benjamin Cumberbucket?
No, I keep forgetting to do that. I got to get that clip. But here's a clip of Amazon Studios at the moment.
What the fuck is this piece of shit?
Oh, yeah. And Rings of Power Season 2. It's kind of a crazy situation because we still it was supposed to come out this year, but there's been no trailer. There's been no like confirmed release date. I think they're just trying to avoid everything with House of Dragon because that is coming out in, I think in June or July. That's coming out pretty soon. They're showing trailers for it. So I think they're just trying to totally avoid it, which might be a smart move by them there. It just completely avoid it because last time it was like a head-to-head fucking beatdown. And yeah, this was embarrassing. It was one of the most liked properties that got took into hell, and such a bad thing. This is such a bad show. It wasn't even just me saying it. Look at all the downvotes Look at this downvotes on this trailer here. This is when it came out 2 years ago. Only 130,000 upvotes. Look at that, 1.9 million, almost 2 million downvotes. It's actually like we're gonna go through that with some Star Wars shit. That's the most I've ever seen on anything. Like 2 million downvotes, and it wasn't just that. And Lovitz is a part of this here. On top of that, only 37% of viewers actually finished the show. 37%.
Well,
and
I was lucky enough for you to tell me to not watch it anymore.
Yeah, although I knew people
for the idiots who just kept going and didn't know what it would lead to. You know, I mean, I'm so confused on like why they feel the need to do more of it. Is there some kind of sect of the fan base they're trying to cater to? I don't know.
It's that they bought the rights and they can't accept failure on it because they already spent $1 billion on the rights. That's basically what it is.
That's not true though, because there were a few franchises like Willow, I think, where they stopped.
They didn't pay for that much.
They stopped having it being syndicated or any kind of reruns, and then they took a tax break write-off instead, which is so pathetic. I mean, goddamn, like you failed that fucking hard, where you don't even want what you made to be shown more than a few times.
Yeah,
just to recoup.
And it was only on like
that's
it was only on there.
It was only on the shitty GM.
It was only on there for like a couple months too. It wasn't even like they didn't even give it like a full year on the platform. So it was like they did after 6 months they're like, yeah, let's fuck this shit, fuck that. Yeah, but I mean, if this wasn't an Amazon or Rings of Power or whatever the deal is, it's just a regular show that only had 37% of viewers actually finish the show, that would get canceled any fucking show. But because they spent the money on this, they're locked in. And also even, here's another example. Just look at how much they spent on this. $1 billion spent. What is making TV so expensive? Lord of the Rings adaptation could be the most costly TV series ever. I mean, a big part of that is the rights. And the rights are insane because this isn't the rights to Lord of the Rings or The Hobbit. The story we know.
It's like some weird loophole version.
It's the rights to the appendices of Lord of the Rings, which, I mean, there is like, I don't know, maybe it's 100 pages of appendices after the book. I mean, there's a lot of that. It has like some connection to the lore of Lord of the Rings, and that's all they have the rights to. It's crazy. And also even this makes me, I've always kind of wondered this, and I've heard people say it, and I do think it's true, and I really do think it's true, that this is money laundering. That's what I think a big part of this is do these movies and TV shows really cost as much as they're saying? It's like, did they really make that Ghostbusters 2016 movie for $250 million? Did they really make it for that? Because it looks like it was made for $30,000.
You sure about that?
I got to get the clip for it.
You sure about that? You sure about that? That's why? You sure it wasn't because after the thing that happened to me, no one could look at me without dying laughing? You sure about that? You sure about that's not why?
No, but I definitely think.
When the Willow shit happened, didn't they just blame something else for why it failed?
Not really. They just kind of said we need to get rid of some things that aren't making us enough stuff. That's basically it. Like, it wasn't like, and there was a couple other shows. It was like 5 other shows and that they kind of got rid of, and a couple of them were kids shows where I was like, these are shows that kids might actually want to watch on your platform. I was a little surprised at that.
I don't know. To me, like, kids shows it's pretty hard to fail. I mean, they're idiots. They'll just watch whatever you put in front of them.
Oh, I don't know, man. I think there's so much competition now. I mean, there's more people watching YouTube than movies or TV. So there's that.
There's a lot of new kid shows and stuff, like Nickelodeon or something.
Mm-mm. They're just watching fucking people stream Roblox or something on YouTube. That's basically what they're doing. They're watching people play video games, Minecraft or that. Like, that's what kids do. They don't watch TV shows. They go and watch YouTube or TikTok or whatever. They're not watching TV.
You know what's weird? It's almost like they're like when you're a frog, you go from a sperm to a tadpole to some freak hybrid. They're like in that mixed phase where they can't handle too much stimulation at one time, you know?
Yeah.
You got to numb it down for them.
I mean, kids programming has, I'm looking at this, there's only 50% kids programming from 2019 to 2021. So only within 2 years, it dropped 53%. So they are not putting things out for kids because it's not getting any value back. That show Percy Jackson on the Disney Channel, I watched it. It was pretty good. If I was a kid, I would have really liked it. So there's something like that is working. And I know the Wednesday show kind of like a hit for kids, but it's just very few and far between. A lot of the things
I saw clips of that Wednesday show with Jenny Ortega. It got a lot of
Amazon Rings of Power. It's definitely not that. Kids aren't liking that.
The Cramps, which I like because I love the Cramps.
Wait. Are you talking about like the meme that? Or were they playing the Cramps? Oh, they were at the dance, right?
Yeah, the Ugg Mug.
Yeah.
But
right.
The Cramps are really good. The person who writes all their songs and plays the guitar is Poison Ivy, who's the lead singer. She's a redhead woman who she's like really fucking good. I feel like Jack White steals like a lot of her shit off, and she's good at it's not slide guitar, it's like playing slide but just with your fingers.
Yeah,
I don't know what you would call that, but like her riffs and stuff are just very melodic, and yeah, I love the Cramps.
Yeah, there's some. I've seen this also. Yeah, that Goo Goo Muck. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, she's dancing like really strange and shit, and
there's some Russian song.
I didn't realize Tim Burton did that.
Yeah, I've seen this too. This is like some Russian, like I guess kind of like new wave post rock kind of band. I don't know if you ever seen this clip.
No sound.
The sound's not playing?
No.
Oh, dude, what's going on? This is weird. Hold on. It worked last time.
Maybe it's being blocked. They don't want you to play it.
All right, that is really weird. It doesn't make any sense. I had it working the other day, last time. I mean, if I play this, hold on. If I play this, is it working?
Yeah. Yeah.
That worked?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, maybe it's just something with that one.
The logo is creepy.
Oh yeah.
Looks like a
just Amazon face
smile.
thing. Yeah. That is fucking creepy. Amazon, it's just not a good. It's not a good like streaming network. I don't know. I've never found
smile you have right before you jump out the window into a suicide net.
Yeah.
Can you imagine like
Amazon
falling into a suicide net? They wrangle you in, you get back into the office, and then it's like, yeah, we know that you just tried to kill yourself, but
we saw what you tried to do. You gotta get back.
You're going into work the next day, right?
Man. Yeah, you have to keep making iPhones in China.
How do you go from a suicide net jumping to casual? Yeah, I didn't quit my job, Larry David, type of thing.
And then the Rings of Power. This is not a season 3 thing. I know they will for season 3 too, but for season 2, they got rid of going to New Zealand and they're just doing it all in the UK, which is another like they're cheaping out. But then again, they don't care about.
I don't care. I just want them to get it done.
They're not trying to even. Oh, you do? Yeah. Oh, just have it done with. Well,
no. I mean, like, I just want it to happen.
Yeah.
For the content.
For the content. Yeah. No, I kind of agree with that. It's actually. I can't wait to see the next, like the trailer for season 2 to like make fun of it. I'll say that is something I am looking forward to.
You should play the clip from the Seven Seal where they're walking around just whipping their backs and stuff through the town.
Oh, I should like the flogging thing
with the lepers.
Well, I have this is a relevant clip.
These are daggers dropped by my men that were slaughtered by an ice troll in the second age, but I do not like to talk of such things. And for you, Legolas, this is a new bow, so that you may kill a troll as quickly as I did, in under 10 seconds. And for Samwise Gamgee, rope forged from the hair of an ice troll that I killed many years ago. And for Frodo, the bottled tears of an ice troll. Did I mention I killed an ice troll many years ago, in under 10 seconds? Fare thee well, my friends, and may these gifts forged from the body of an ice troll that I killed many years ago in the second age in under 10 seconds. Fare you well on your journey.
Yeah, it drives me nuts how like the Galadriel character feels nothing like each other from that movie to the show. They just don't connect. You know, like the Kate Blanchett wasn't some warrior elf and didn't have that vibe at all. You know, like different type of power. She's more like mystical, magical, which is, I don't know, probably cooler, I guess.
Context from one to the other.
Well, I'm just saying, like seeing her talking about like killing an ice, like you would never think that Kate Blanchett killed an ice troll like that, or was like fighting with swords, you know, like from that first movie. But oh yeah, another thing here is the Acolyte. Media is attacking Star Wars fans again. That's always a good thing to do. Make fun of your fans. That's always a good thing. Make fun of the people that are going to give you, you know, like bite the hand that feeds you, right? That's what you want to do in Hollywood.
I'll be back. I gotta get some water.
Oh yeah, do you think? Yeah, the Acolyte trailer breaks Lucasfilm's records, and I thought this was a joke when I was reading this. This is on StarWars.com, so this is all like they ain't gonna give you some like making fun of stuff like we are. They're gonna give you all this like fake. They're gonna give you the fake news here, all the sugar-coated news that is probably fake. That when the Acolyte got released, they said it garnered 51.3 million views in its first 24 hours. This is a new digital-only record for Disney. It's like out of these small accomplishments that they're like going to make an article about. It's just insane. I mean, I don't even look what else do they talk about with Star Wars? The Star Wars dad jokes. It's become pathetic. The Bad Batch is still going on. Whatever you think the Acolyte is, it's not, says series creator Leslie Headland, the former assistant of Harvey Weinstein. So let's get that out there. Former assistant of Harvey Weinstein, Leslie Headland, who's running the Acolyte, the former assistant of everyone's favorite, Harvey Weinstein. Some calling him the Punisher. Old Testament, I guess. Yeah. 51.3 million views. Is that true? Yeah, it's got to be true because here is the trailer. You can see on the left here at the bottom, 9.3 million views in 10 days. So that is a lot of views. But there's one glaring thing when I was looking at these numbers, which you have to get a plugin, by the way, to see the up and the down votes, which is bullshit. Which is YouTube's got to bring that back because that's terrible. But I think they're all playing into like that's a Hollywood thing. I think they don't want to. I think it was a Joe Biden speech or something that got all these downvotes, and then they got rid of the downvote button because of that, because of people's like legit reactions, which I don't get why you would get rid of it because of that. You know, be it even if it was a Trump video that got all the downvotes, they would not done that. So just let you know there. certain affiliation with the Alphabet company there, Google's company. Look at this, 601,000 downvotes to a little under 200K likes. So basically, that's 3 times the amount of downvotes. So you're getting ratioed to hell right here. Yeah, and also let's watch the trailer because I haven't seen it. This little monkey man, I haven't seen it in a bit. Because I was trying to break down this trailer about like what's happening. Can you find a story in this? I can't even find a story in this.
Close your eyes. Your eyes can deceive you. We must not trust them. Tell me what comes into your mind.
Life. Violence.
Alan.
I see fire.
This guy can't close his eyes, by the way. I feel bad for him. He can't close his eyes. So he couldn't participate, I guess, in this meditation. He can't close his eyes.
Someone is killing Jedi. It doesn't make sense. What happened?
I sensed darkness.
This isn't about good or bad. This is about power and who is allowed to use it.
What is that?
Lucasfilm logo. A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, but no title crawl. Oh well!
I applauded it for being different.
It broke new ground!
Yeah, I mean, also, like, what the fuck is that trailer about? It just summed up the story is fighting and lightsabers. That is
Were
the
there
story.
people that got upset over the lack of the title crawl?
There was no title. Yeah, no, I don't think anyone cared about it, but that was a thing.
Really?
There was no title crawl.
It's pretty iconic, you know. There's not a lot of franchises doing title crawls.
Wait, maybe it was. I forget which one. There was one. Maybe it's Rogue One. I can't remember if it's Rogue One or Solo that didn't do the title crawl. But
has George Lucas gotten any assassination attempts?
No, but he did kind of say like something positive about Disney Star Wars, and everyone's like, "Oh, he's all bought and sold." Everyone's like, "Oh, throw out George Lucas." 'Cause he hasn't even come out and said like, "Yeah, this has been embarrassing since he's left." He kind of said like, "Oh, I think they're doing a pretty good job with it." Yeah, you know, I had a salad with David Lynch, and he didn't like these Wookiees. I told him about Wookiees. He didn't want to do Return of the Jedi. You know about that story, right?
But I kind of want more Jar Jar. Can you mix some more Jar Jar into the plot?
It's all like poetry. They rhyme. These movies rhyme.
Do we still have that David Lynch clip where he talks about?
I don't have the clip, but I can find it on YouTube
with him and stuff, and how like it just gave him a migraine, and he wanted to kill himself 5 minutes into the interaction.
It's kind of funny too because I was watching the Dune. It's a long clip. Well, actually, this is a better one. I found the clip, but yeah, I was watching Dune, and it's like that gives me a headache. His Dune, so I don't know. I know he didn't like it notoriously, so. But
yeah, he said that he gave up all like his
creative freedom.
Yeah, to get it done, and he regretted it. And from that point on, he would never, ever allow Final Cut.
To be go to the studios,
because you make all that shit, you work for however long, and then some asshole comes in and just re-edits everything.
Yeah, no, and I know there's there's a video, I saw it somewhere, maybe on Twitter, where I don't have it saved or anything, but it's like he's on the set of the new Twin Peaks, the season 3, and he gets a call from the studios because they like give you studio notes, and he literally just says on the phone to them like "fuck you." He says "fuck you" and like hangs up the phone, like he doesn't want to listen to anything they say. But here's a meeting. Return to
There's supposed to be audio with it?
Yeah.
I don't hear anything.
You can't hear anything?
No.
Did you hear the Acolyte trailer? I don't get why it's not playing. I actually think it might be something on your end, actually. I'm kind of wondering. It could be. Because I thought you heard something before. Didn't you hear the Amazon trailer with Rings of Prime?
Yeah, but YouTube stuff seems to be weird.
This is YouTube. That was YouTube too. But either way, you could search the David Lynch story. He has a salad with him, and he just gets a headache the whole time. And I get it. I'd be kind of annoyed at George Lucas. He's sort of like San Francisco. He's kind of like he's kind of like the original woke faggot of all time. So there is that. With
I
George
never
Lucas.
saw that movie he made where
American Graffiti.
No, it's like a couple letters and digits.
Oh, THX 1138.
Yeah,
that kind of I get kind of I don't know that one actually kind of has a little bit of a Villeneuve Dune vibe to it.
Or the Beyond the Black Rainbow motherfucker. Definitely got a lot of and also like just Apple in general.
That's a good movie. It's if you like anything like a cult or like some weirdo occult shit, you'll like Beyond the Black Rainbow. It's has a lot of weird shit with it there. But the Acolyte. Yeah, the Acolyte is dividing Star Wars fans. Yes, it's happening again. They have to put that. Look at that. The Screen Rant gay site has to put that in their headline. Yes, it's happening again. These ungrateful Star Wars fans. They just can't eat the shit that we're giving them. Like take your shit and eat it. That's what they want. That's what these studios want. First trailer of the Acolyte has Star Wars.
That fucking what is that franchise where all these people are on a train and they're eating like bug patties and
something. It's in the winter too. Snowpiercer.
Yeah. Like I feel like Snowpiercer, it's just way too realistic than I want it to be for the rest of us.
Who's this girl? Is that the girl from The Matrix? Yeah,
on the right?
Okay. Yes, that's Trinity on the left.
Who's on the right?
I don't know. Some black girl. I don't
know. Scorpion from Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, Scorpion. Yeah. They're trying to do some Scorpion.
Sub-Zero.
Yeah, but apparently there's been unfounded, I don't think it's unfounded, complaints of the show being woke, revealing a troubling undercurrent of racism, misogyny among Star Wars fans. Because we know that these are the worst people. These nerds that just like to buy tons of your merchandise, they're the worst people.
I mean, that's a card that never expires.
And this is also created by Leslie Headland, former assistant to Harvey Weinstein. Let's look at that. Let's put that out there.
Well, she was in prison on like Suicide Watch.
No, she's the one that probably sold him down the river, and she's able to get out. That's like all these producers. They're like, oh, thank God we had the sacrificial lamb, given out with Weinstein, and now we can just go about and doing our thing. Because there's got to be hundreds of other people.
Funny how
Hollywood doing the same thing.
There's a whole level of actors that go through that, and there's a whole level of producers that go through that, and then there's the tier above them that, not as publicized and well known.
Yeah, and then I saw,
Fuck
it was
them and control them.
It was Tarantino, it was Kevin Smith. These are two filmmakers that would always have their movies, and the Coen brothers, all of them. They were always people that would have all their movies done through the Weinstein Company, and they all came out and said, like, yeah, we knew.
Ooh.
Everybody knew. It's like, well, then what? Like, yeah, I think it's funny. I like to do that. Even I saw a Scary Movie. I was watching Scary Movie, and I didn't realize that it was actually so good. It's actually, I always kind of thought it's just kind of a crappy movie. And then I watched it, and I was like, this is.
Well, but part of the reason
there.
why it's so good is because Scream was so good.
Yeah, part of it, and it was just a good parody. That's the thing.
Scream,
it was a good parody.
Scream is a good franchise. I don't even mind the weird later versions where it's stabbed and they're making the fake movie of the movie. Jen McCarthy's in it. Like I love Scream just in general as a franchise.
Well, it's awesome. Wes Craven, right? Isn't it Wes Craven?
Yeah,
I think that's also a big part of why it's good. It's a good filmmaker. But the first Scream is really good. Especially seeing the parody. It's good. The movie was good. But yeah, Scary Movie was really funny too. It's definitely our modern day Airplane for sure. And then the Zucker brothers did get the sequels, the 3 and on, and they kind of. Well, it wasn't the Zucker brothers; it's the one Zucker. It's kind of like whenever these brothers split apart, they make some bad shit. Notice this?
Yeah, you get a Zucker sucker.
Yeah, you get the bad brother to do some.
You get the Zucker sucking off the franchise.
Yeah, and then even this, it's getting a mixed reaction. This trailer, and also this, it's breaking canon. This is something that I heard a lot of people talk about this. All the nerds were up in arms about this. It's funny actually that they care about prequel canon too, but it is breaking canon. Here you go. Look at this.
The Sith have been extinct for a millennium.
I do not believe the Sith could return without us knowing.
What is that?
Yeah, I mean it said there's no Sith, and then you see the red lightsaber. We all know what the red lightsaber means in Star Wars. It's universal code right there. But yeah, Disney's been
any other purple lightsaber than Lando?
No, you're talking about Samuel Jackson's character, Mace Windu.
Yeah.
Mace Windu. Come on, get your lore right here. These are important prequel characters. And that's the thing with the Hobbit, like we were talking about earlier. It's like the prequels. For some reason, they got a lot of love now. Those are terrible movies that people pretend to like.
In context,
or maybe it is in context. I mean, there is something also I will say about. There's something interesting about those movies, but they're not good. But there is a little pieces here or there that are a little interesting.
I feel like part of the reason they struggled was the technology and stuff at the
wasn't
time.
There. Yeah.
Right, but they were trying to do outrageous, over the top shit that it couldn't handle. That made it really goofy. If they just kind of chilled out and scaled it back, they would have been better off.
But the thing about that is the first trilogy was the same thing where they were pushing the boundaries as far as they could with visual effects in the late 70s. So I guess that's where they were trying, they're in that same vein of doing that, but it may have just worked out better previously. I think those first movies come down to that no one talks about. Everyone likes to cheer on George Lucas. The reason why those movies are so good is because of the team that they had working on the movies, the original visual effects people, this kind of hippie team. If you watch there's an ILM documentary, you just see all these people are creative geniuses that they don't get their due, anymore. It's all just about George Lucas. Now, it was a big team production, and even Empire Strikes Back, directed by Irvin Kershner, not even Lucas, because Lucas was burnt out. So that's part of it too. I don't even know if George Lucas is that good. I think it's everybody else involved. John Williams' score is amazing too. John Williams at his height. There's a lot of stuff that just was a perfect lightning in the bottle right there. And also, look at this. I was looking at other trailers here that Disney put out for Star Wars, and like we said, that Acolyte trailer has 600,000 downvotes. Now, Obi-Wan, it's actually like the opposite. It's about 600,000 likes to 25,000 downvotes, which isn't even that bad. And this was not that bad. Like, for in context, this is okay. I mean, I just think this whole Star Wars. I mean, I was thinking about it. There used to just be 3 Star Wars movies, and now there's fucking 12. You know, like it's fucking 12.
Yeah, but did you really think they would stop at 3?
Well, I mean, there's a big period of time where, I think there's a big period of time where everyone thought it was done. You know.
It makes so much fucking money. I mean, how can you kill a cash cow like that?
I mean, there was a time where there was like this dead period. I mean, that's what people talk about with the action figure collecting too. Like after Return of the Jedi, like, you know, what is that? 80? Is that 89? I mean, it's funny. It doesn't look like that much. Oh, it's 83. After Return of the Jedi, you know, 83 to 1990. That Phantom Menace comes out in 1999. So there was a big dead time with Star Wars. So I think a lot of people for many years thought like, okay, yeah, this is done. We had 3 movies, that's it. You know, and then we did get the other 3. And then after that, I think people thought it was kind of like, well, that's what we get, and it wasn't good. And then everyone's so excited about The Force Awakens, and then they put out those 3, and it wasn't that good. And now there's 100 different TV shows for Disney Star Wars, which also are not that good. Mandalorian, here it is. This is the first season of Mandalorian. I remember people really didn't like it at first. I remember like people were complaining about, like, all the nerds are like, yeah, this looks like garbage. And then like they all loved it, but look at this, 22,000 downvotes. So that's a good bit of downvotes, almost as many as Obi-Wan right there. The first season's pretty good, but I think Jon Favreau is the reason why. Jon Favreau, we were talking about it. We've stroked off Favreau a good bit.
No, we talked Paul Feig.
Oh yeah, we're Feig fags. So
we're Feig fags. Yeah. Feig fags. He I don't know what it is about his stuff, but it reminds me of Kids in the Hall.
Yeah, and if anyone's watching this on repeat, tweet out to Paul Feig and tell him to unblock me. He blocked me on Twitter, and I still feel it. Feel it.
I can, if you want, just tell me what you want me to message him, and I'll reach out for you.
Say like this, you know, at whatever Wizard_Shack.
No, we don't need to do all that. But I'll just leak your like private info and say like,
that's the account
right now. Paul,
he banned that account.
Come over.
We love heavyweights.
We could do a live stream of the next Ghostbusters. Just you and me.
Paul Feig, you've made very, very good Arrested Development episodes as a director. What happened? And I love Other Space. So what happened? What happened, Paul? Ahsoka, which was a terrible show. I had to watch this whole thing.
Ayahuasca, yeah.
Yeah. This was. Yeah, you know what's funny? Like I watched all those episodes, and I was like, kind of like taking notes along the way to like do our videos, and it wasn't even that long ago. That was okay, yeah, wow, all right. That was 11 months ago? Oh no, it was in August. Okay. So like 9 months ago. 9 months ago is when I saw it. But I can't remember like a single thing about that fucking show. Like it's all out of my brain now. It's gone. It's out. I can't even tell you what the whole thing's about. It's just gone. Because none of that shit sticks. That's the thing. And then I think also like these Netflix shows don't stick that well either. You know, like when you binge watch something, you don't retain it. Like House of the Dragon, I kind of retained. I retained a lot of that. That's all like still, I can still kind of like think about like the really good episodes, the really good like beats and plots. It's all in my head. You know, like I can remember the White Stag and that hunting party and all this shit, like weird little details of that show. And that was 2 years ago.
It kind of recalled back to before you could just binge an entire season.
Yeah, I don't like binging. I'm not a fan of it.
Every week, I was just waiting for you to illegally get it and then share it.
Yeah.
And then I could watch it because I didn't have HBO.
Yeah, I can't.
And my Apple TV was like 5 years old or something, to where they were they fucking like removed Showtime and like all the shit that I had playlists set up for. They just nuked all of it.
Yeah,
you know,
you gotta get off that.
People into buying into whatever new fucking system of membership they created.
You gotta get off that thing. You should get this. It's fucking cheap. Look at this. I'll present this so you can get this, because it's the cheapest way to get a streaming thing. Is this Fire Stick? It plugs into your HDMI. It's $30. $30. It ain't too much. Yeah. You can watch Amazon. They'll probably give you a free subscription to Prime, so you can watch Rings of Power.
Oh yeah, it comes with a vibrator and a full season 1 of House of Dragons. If you haven't watched it,
it might actually, honestly, it might also come with something with Hulu, and then you could watch Shogun, and you could see more skeptical looking Asians like this woman here. She looks very skeptical of Boba Fett right here. And look at this.
This lucky asshole. I thought we had a post where this guy was getting completely like faced out, and he was crying about it.
Yeah, he did.
Still
he
fucking around.
Hey, he's still around. Yeah.
That clone. That clone bitch motherfucker from that shitty ass fucking Ewan McGregor.
He's still around, but none of the, like, this didn't really do too well.
You remember, like, Ewan McGregor goes to this planet where it's like raining all the time, and all these
Camino,
long-necked alien women.
Yeah, see, like that part,
cyborg people.
That part I always liked, man. Like that's a little moment.
Right after that, they fight on like the whatever docking station. It's like raining and everyone's slipping around.
Yeah, that's a moment of that whole. That's Attack of the Clones. I think I like that part. I like that moment. That little like rain world. Camino is the world, by the way, for you Star Wars nerds out there.
Oh, okay. There's a Jeopardy question here.
And the Camoan, those little aliens, I think are Camoans. I think they're called. I forget what it is.
No, they're called Samoans.
Samoans. Well, he's a Samoan. This guy is actually Samoan, by the way.
Yeah, they just changed the S to a C.
But I mean, look at this. It's actually kind of interesting. Like, look at the ratio here. It's like pretty good. 325,000 likes to 7.2 down. Like, this is actually a really good ratio. And you know what? This show, it's funny, thinking back at all these shows, this one wasn't that terrible either. But I got to watch Andor. I know Red Letter Media just put out a video on Andor. Now, and I'm wondering, like, did they like Andor? They might have actually liked Andor. I know Mix Exoplex has talked good things about Andor. Yeah, Mike Suplex has talked good things about Andor. I haven't seen it.
Really? I thought you've already been in and out.
I don't like Rogue One, so I don't like Rogue One. So I know a lot of the neckbeards love Rogue One.
What's a neckbeard?
Yeah, like where you got like it's almost for someone who's, they're sitting at their computer playing WoW, and they're not shaving under their neck. It's going all the way down their neck, like that kind of thing. Neckbeard. And a lot of them are big fans of Rogue One. So there is that. The Last Jedi. This was one of the second movie of the series of Rey. Look at the downvotes here. This was a terrible movie too. Only 48,000. So that new Acolyte series has some of the most downvotes I've ever seen out of anything here. 601,000 downvotes. I'm just going to add one here too. But this movie this is like, to me, this is like the end of Star Wars, basically. This is where I like completely lost hope, I would say.
Lost
right
Hope.
Here.
It sounds like a version of the franchise.
Yeah, New Hope. Yeah.
No,
this is how I felt. I mean, I kind of like, I think like everyone else, I got that Force Awakens movie was like what is it? It was kind of like if if you watch it once at the time, it wasn't like so bad. But then when you start to like think about it later, it's like, oh yeah, that was kind of like shit. Kind of like it's that member berries nostalgia shit, like that. It's actually the reason why Ghostbusters, the new trilogy, is happening. It's like playing off nostalgia. So it's like at first when you watch it, it's like, oh, this is nice because they're doing all these things, and there's the Millennium Falcon, there's Chewbacca, oh, that's Han Solo.
Yeah, they know what notes to hit.
Yeah, they know what notes to hit, and then you see later, like in your head when you think back at it, like, oh wow, that's some horror shit. That's some like. That's they're being like manipulative. Like you realize the manipulation.
The girl who plays the Egon nerd character though is like pretty fucking hot.
Yeah, well, she's got a
outside
lesbian
of that whole thing.
Yeah, and you know what? So I saw that. I only saw Afterlife recently, and then I was looking into it. They shot that movie.
For it?
No, I did. The one's Afterlife. The new one's called Frozen Empire, which just sucks, man. Because like. I was thinking about that movie like before it happened, and I was like, "Oh, this is kind of cool. Like, if they make the majority of this movie like about it, like a frozen New York, and like the whole New York's frozen, and like, like an hour plus is like in this frozen New York, and they have to figure out what's going on with this. Like, I was like, that's kind of cool. But no, the part where it's frozen is only like 15, 20 minutes at the end, the third act, and yeah. But yeah, no, she's got like a lesbian subplot. That girl. And she did look so young in the first one because it's an unspoken lesbian thing, which is actually like
lesbian.
I think they handle that nice. Was that
with who?
With a ghost, a lesbian subplot with a ghost. There's a ghost she meets in New York City,
Slimer,
that she has a lesbian subplot with. That is like you would think it's like there's these moments where you think they're gonna kiss and they don't do it because it's. I think they didn't want to like go all the way with it, which I think is I think that's the way to do it. Like you can imply it, but if you're some dumb kid, you won't know that this is like a lesbian thing. So I was like, that was all right. I didn't mind that. I know like a lot of people will be like, oh, this is now like a book movie because there's a lesbian and like yeah, no, I have no issue with that. People are gay in the world. Some people are gay, so it's okay.
They don't know
like,
why.
That's okay. But and they didn't push it down your throat, so that wasn't bad.
Caddyshack exists.
Yeah, I mean, there's like that's the problem with that movie. There's like a dozen subplots, and they don't really answer any of them. It's just everything's got like 5 minutes. You got 5 minutes to wrap up your subplot. Like Paul Rudd, you got 5 minutes to do your subplot. That's it. The kid from Stranger Things, you have 1.5 minutes. Like he's hardly in the movie.
It's like a weird version of Birdman.
Yeah. But yeah, here's this Porg. Porg. Which was I remember this was a point of contention. But yeah, only 48,000 dislikes, and it should be more. Now this next trailer was after The Last Jedi came out. This is the last of the prequels. It's The Rise of the Skywalker, which is like, it's honestly, this movie is otherworldly. Like I've been saying, I'd really want you to just see this movie, and you'd be so fucking confused at like what the fuck is happening. This is one of the biggest messes of a movie I've ever seen. This is like this is also where there's like 20 different subplots that don't add up to anything. There's all that, and it's also like confusing. Yeah, and it's like if you had no context of the other two movies before
to not add up.
Yeah. And this has 125,000 downvotes, so not even that many not as many as The Acolyte. Premiering June 4th, which I will be watching. So I guess that's the next one I'll be doing. That's the next Ahsoka for me. It's going to be The Acolyte. June 4th.
And
coming up.
We're going to find some ayahuasca or like some kind of...
You got to get a shaman to give us ayahuasca.
Yeah, some kind of like, happening that we're going to live stream, take maybe, some psychogenics and watch it at the same time because that's what they want, that it's like built in. That's isn't that like part of their whole promotional format? It's like you gotta be on
should be. They should
some
be like,
kinda-
if you buy Disney Plus, we'll give you a shaman to like get you doped up. Here's your personal shaman to get you high.
Zach Galifianakis for the Tim and Eric movie.
The $1 billion movie, yeah.
Billion dollar. Yeah. I can't imagine that them together would even come close to $1 billion if you like put every single investment that they have.
He's one of those people. Tim Heidecker, I feel like has gotten a lot worse too. I still follow him or so. He's not like
well, his music fucking sucks.
Yeah, and I can't tell if it's a joke or not. I guess it's not, right?
I mean, that's the whole point of half the shit they do is you can't tell if it's a joke or not. But
yeah, you can't tell if it's a joke or not. But it's
like I don't want it to be a joke or not. I just want you to like do good shit and not. You know, like at a certain level, it just feels like an excuse for putting out bad shit. It's like, oh, am I joking or not? It's like, no, you're just releasing shitty stuff.
Yeah, that's kind of like, yeah, no,
I don't care. It's just bad. So maybe not joke and try.
Right. No, it's definitely true. And then there are some funny comedians that make decent music, like that Matt Berry guy makes some decent music, makes some indie rock kind of shit. All right, yeah.
Weird Al.
Or Weird Al. Weird Al's great. All about
how
Pentium.
Was the Weird Al movie? Because I heard it was actually pretty fucking good.
Weird Al movie was good. I mean, not like great, but you know, it's a comedy movie. It's pretty funny. Yeah, no, definitely watchable. And also, like it's so over the top and ridiculous that I like the concept. It's pretty good. And the girl who played Madonna was really funny.
It just like created this very abstract, weird reality that never existed, but also
and that was funny,
somewhat believable in a way.
Yeah. No, it was good. I mean, like for what it was. I mean, I definitely like other Weird Al stuff better. Like, I mean, VHF is a great movie. That's actually, I'm sorry, UHF. We're going to talk about.
It's cool to see Daniel Radcliffe still going, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of like him. I wish he wasn't such
shit. He had this movie where his hands
such a bitch.
were like stapled into guns, and then he had that Swiss Army knife movie where he's like a corpse, but Paul Dano like has all these weird uses for him on some castaway fucking island thing.
Yeah, no, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
His agent must be a weird motherfucker.
Yeah, it's just I wish he wasn't such a bitch. He's complained multiple. He says he'll never work with J.K. Rowling again because her trans comments. So, which is Daniel Radcliffe, which is insane because it's like again like you're gonna go against the person who like made you famous, like.
Well, and also like read the room, motherfucker. You don't have much coming in.
No, you don't.
If I'm his agent, I'm like, shut the fuck up and hope that this bitch writes some more stuff for you to be in, because
there's also in that
a lot of offers.
That Weird Al movie. There's a really funny part where like Weird Al goes to like this hip Hollywood party, but it's all like these joke people. It's like Dr. Demento and like Wolfman Jack and stuff, and Tiny Tim.
I saw
that's Gallagher.
It
was
sort
funny.
of reminded me of Boogie Nights.
Yeah, it was like trying. I think they were actually trying to make fun of that. But yeah, Evan Rachel Wood as Madonna was very good in the movie. She was very good. I mean, it's like if you watch it, you like it.
Is this pre her getting tortured and raped by Marilyn Manson?
No, post. Everything's been post after that.
Parents.
Like I think that's a long time ago.
Listening to a Weird Al album is like getting raped and kind of like held captive by Marilyn Manson.
Some decent stuff, but I was listening because it's funny. I was watching because of the Diddy stuff. I saw the rap rock version of All About the Benjamins, which is fucking horrible. It's embarrassing watching that video. And then the better version is the
Islands, right?
Was that?
Is it a lot of fish islands?
No, not at all. It's just like a lot of like crowd surfing.
How?
And he's.
Can we put a bet? Like, how far into showing that video do we get taken off YouTube? I would say 20 seconds.
Probably like 10 seconds. I could probably give you 10 seconds of it. Let's see if I can.
I'm saying 20. You're gonna go under that?
I'm gonna say 10 seconds. We could take the. We get to a good part where. Let me get to a good part where I can like show off something because it's all about the Benjamins. Yeah, they got that like I can't even explain the voice.
Wait, what?
The rock version of that song.
I don't. You know what? I got confused to what you're talking about. I don't know what the fuck you're referencing.
The rock remix of All About the Benjamins right here.
And who's doing the rock music?
Like some band. I don't know who the fuck it is. Right there.
Who the fuck is that? They don't even get credited? Well, that guy's playing bass and singing.
All About the Benjamins. Yeah. But to me, it's all about the Pentiums, man. That was the Weird Al version.
Damn, looking good.
There you go. Weird Al in the late 90s right there.
Yeah, have Jimmy and Eric ever admitted how big of a Weird Al influence they have?
Of course, he's on their Tim and Eric show a couple times. He's remember it's like Here She Comes, that part where it's like Here She Comes. It's Weird Al. Weird Al's on. They're very big fans of Weird Al. I think a lot of people are. I know Fly the Conchords were. I think a lot of people in comedy are. Also, I know like the Airplane people are for sure. And Naked Gun, when Leslie Nelson like gets off the plane, everyone's like cheering for someone on the plane, and it turns out to be Weird Al. Like, no, there's a lot of comedy people who like
Bang
Weird Al.
Bang, which I fucking
Comedy
hated.
Bang Bang. Yeah, no, I
hated like the host and I didn't like Reggie Watts, but I liked all the people they had on it.
Reggie Watts is the guy who does the music. I kind of like some of his
samples of himself and loops it all.
I remember he had something good for what was it, a comedy album for Gaffigan. He had a nice little intro for Gaffigan. Like he had for one of his specials, there was a nice song. Yeah, he's all right. Not my favorite though. I know what you mean. I mean, he never turned out to be anything, but he was really pushed at one point. I remember that. I remember he was very pushed.
You're talking about Paul Gaffigan?
Jim Gaffigan.
No, I'm thinking his brother.
One of his specials had one of his specials had a Reggie Watts
impression.
Yeah, King Baby. Ernie Hudson, back to Ernie Hudson, speaking out against Hollywood victim narratives. You don't ever see this. Everyone likes to take the victim, profile here. Ernie Hudson said he talks inequitable treatment, pay disparity. It's not quite that simple to blame racism.
I mean, if you can't act, you can't act. Like Eddie Murphy was making tons of money and nobody was questioning that shit.
And he opened up about the disappointing 2016 female-led reboot.
Yeah, well.
What the fuck is this piece of shit?
You got Paul Feig right there, right in the middle. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, he opened up about this, and he basically said, let's not blame, where I'm at on racism, which is surprising to hear. Surprising to hear from someone, being of an African descent. He says, anywhere in the world, we're all just learning how to live together and get along and realize that we're all connected. It's very tempting sometimes to blame anything that doesn't work out for your life on racism. There are a lot of things that play into it. It's not quite that simple.
Sounds like he just took acid or went on some ayahuasca trip.
Well, it's funny hearing someone actually saying it's
this is how I justified my entire career getting blackballed by a bunch of white guys from SNL.
I don't think he got blackballed. I think he's realized hey, I'm not this will play into it, but I'm not Eddie Murphy. I'm not going to get the fucking money Eddie Murphy is going to get. He actually said something that's realistic here. Don't put that evil on me.
Don't you put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby. Don't you put that on us.
I got that in there.
Yeah, that part's fucked up where he has this fake ailment and says I hope your offspring cannot walk because of my fake condition.
R.I.P. Michael Clark Duncan.
Yeah. Green Mile is it's not a fun watch, but
that's some sad moments there. I can't say I don't know if I've seen the whole movie. I know I've seen the end.
Well, what I like about it is there's this really douchebag nepotism guy on their staff, and they kind of just slow torture him, and he's also though kind of a good villain where he there's one of the convicts has a pet mouse, and it is scurrying across the jail floor, and he stomps on it.
Yeah, I hated that part.
It really pissed me off. Yeah, when they fucked that guy up, that's what's so manipulative about writing. Is
no,
you build up these fucking people to hate, and when bad things happen to them, I get
good writing. Yeah, I mean, who wrote it, right?
Euphoric. I'm just when they lock him up in the straitjacket and he's pissing himself. I'm yes, fuck you. But it's also this guy's his father's a senator. He's set for life.
You know who wrote it, right?
Isn't I thought it was adapted from some Stephen King shit.
Yeah, Stephen King. Yep. Makes sense with the against the senator. Yeah. Yeah, Stephen King has some good shit. He's a little hacky too. I think everything he does is a little hacky, but I think it all works out for his. I think he knows. I'm just gonna make something that really hits. There's nothing. Yeah, I feel he's not super arty. Yeah.
I don't know if there's a lot of people arguing that Stephen King's not good.
I think I don't know if he is actually. No, I kind of think there are if someone who's it's true. People who like writing and authors, they kind of think he's sort of like a hack, and I think he kind of is, but I think he's played into that. It's almost like a Tom Clancy. There's Tom Clancy's kind of like a hack in the writer's world. I don't
know.
People still buy his books.
They're jealous of his output and how you can be that prolific and still successful. Yeah. A lot of these motherfuckers, they'll hit on something, and it's rare and it's a one-off, and you never hear from them again, and then they're just bitter from then on.
Right. Well, speaking of someone not bitter here, which you would think he would be, I would be more bitter if I was Ernie Hudson. Ernie Hudson rejected the idea that being black led to his reduced role in the first film, which is true, but it wasn't really about him. It's more about that they didn't get who they wanted to get for the first Ghostbusters in 1982.
Snipes?
No. Think about it. Who do you think they wanted to get? This would actually all add up with the people that are in the movie. No. Little younger than that at the time. A little more of a probably sensational hit at the time, being black at that time. Might have worn a purple leather suit on his comedy special. Maybe a red one too, and the one before it.
Oh, we already talked about it. It's not a reveal.
Yeah, it's not really a reveal. It's Eddie Murphy.
No, yeah. I know. That's why I was trying to guess somebody else.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Eddie Murphy was the one who originally was
Arsenio Hall.
For this. Arsenio, yeah. Remember that? Remember his show?
Yeah, every time I see all these like new reboots of Planet of the Apes, it makes me think of that.
Yeah, I guess so. Hey,
apparently, orangutans are very intelligent.
Yeah, I saw one driving a golf cart.
Yeah, around a zoo, and like all the zoo animals are like running up from their cages as he drives by.
Yeah, it's actually pretty awesome. I have to say, like that motherfucker knows how to. He just looks like completely in his element.
He's so relaxed.
Like,
yeah,
that's like how you want to live your life. If you can live your life like this orangutan driving a golf cart, that's what you want.
It kind of reminds me of like when you give a little kid one of those like they're not. It's not like a race car. It's like a Tyco car that's got a battery to it.
Dude, the crazy thing.
Around.
He like completely knows how to make turns. Like it's like kind of funny. Like that is pretty crazy.
He's like, eating well too. This fat fuck's got a
but I mean, like he just made that turn like no problem. He slowed down, made the turn. He like knows how to use a golf cart. You know, that is like that is incredibly intelligent as far as an animal goes in our world here. I mean, I've seen humans do worse.
Yeah.
You know, have you seen Asians drive? They can't do this. He's better than an Asian driver.
I love Asians. I'm not gonna talk bad about them in any capacity.
I think we need to bring back Asian hate. You know, like I don't think we need to stop. We need to bring back Asian hate. Where's the billboards for that?
Is Pearl Harbor back open for business? I mean,
bring back Jewish and Asian hate. Man, I'm just joking. I don't hate anyone, but
I hate lots of people.
I mean, those Asians are a little shifty.
Most people I hate aren't like factions of races. They're just like weird individual types of people that I hate. You know,
I mean, you do think Asians are a little shifty, though, right?
I hate people who don't know how to set the toilet paper roll to where
the right
it
way.
Rolls down.
It should be from the bottom.
If you fucking
be from the bottom.
If you put a toilet paper roll to where I have to like reverse it to get it to roll out, you're an idiot, and I hate you. And also, I hate people who are in the passing lane and go 5.
Well, you know what that is.
Miles under the speed limit.
Yeah, you know
need
that's
to be
called.
Murdered. Like you need to be rounded up, put on like some kind of cargo ship.
There's a name for it
that needs to be sunk, or like a spaceship that's planned to destroy. I mean, those type of people.
They're called left lane dicks. They're called left lane dicks. That's what they are. Left lane dicks.
But seriously, if you want to drive like a pussy, that's fine.
Go
in the right lane. Just go in the right lane. Sit there. You can drive 10 under. You can drive 20 under. I don't give a fuck. Just get the fuck out of my way.
This motherfucker loves driving. He loves driving.
And also people who drive like rain is some form of fucking lava. I mean, it's water, you know? Your tires.
Oh, yeah, it like slows down everything.
We're all of our cars are conditioned to experience and be able to go through that level of environment. It's not a big deal. We don't have to act like fucking Pompeii is about to explode 5 feet from now.
Oh, here's he looking at the tiger, by the way. He's looking at the tiger right here.
Yeah, that tiger wants to eat him alive right now.
And he's like, he's kind of saying like, fuck you. That's the look he gave. Brilliant ape. Beautiful ape. A little chunky, but
you know who plays
a good American
the
ape
orangutan in the
Paul Giamatti.
Yep. Yeah.
I already knew where you're going with it. John Adams himself.
You know who plays the female chimp trying to fuck Mark Wahlberg?
Is it Halle Berry?
No, come on. you're gonna cast a black woman to play a fake.
Yeah, I
black
guess you
part?
can't do that. That's pretty bad. Who is it?
Come on, the first person you think of when you think of Tim Burton, Helen Bonham Carter.
Oh, is it really her?
Of course.
Really?
He force feeds that bitch into fucking everything.
Well, he doesn't like her now. They're done. They're done. They're done,
Yeah.
man. They're done.
I do not believe that he's actually physically having sex with Ava Green. That is not happening.
No. He's not. No way.
He's getting cucked out for whatever bullshit.
She might let him. She might let him see her naked.
Sniff
like,
it. Yeah, after she's
once,
done with
twice.
whatever person she brought in.
Yeah. That's probably what's happening.
No, he's getting cucked out with a capital K.
Yeah, she's not fucking him. No way. No way. I mean, he might need a boatload. He's gonna need a truckload of Blue Chew for that. That ain't happening. But yeah, originally Eddie Murphy was gonna be the role of Winston Zeddemore, and then he went and did Beverly Hills Cop, which I think was all worked out because when you look back at Ghostbusters, I don't think you actually want someone like Eddie Murphy in that movie.
No, he'll
like big league. Like I don't know. You want someone
be too much of a distraction.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's too much. Like I think, and then also Beverly Hills Cop was good, so it's like this all worked out well. Like you had two separate movies that like they both worked in their own rights there. So obviously Ghostbusters is way better.
Well, yeah, Beverly Hills Cop is a franchise too. It's not like just some one-off.
Right.
Did you ever see 48 Hours with him and Nick Nolte?
Yeah, that's a good movie. Yeah, that's a really good movie.
I've never seen any of it.
Yeah, I've seen that. I can't super remember it now, but I know I've seen it.
Is that on Plex?
I think I probably have it on Plex.
Yeah.
Probably do. But Nick Nolte, every time he's in stuff, it's usually pretty good. And look at this look at this poster too, by the way. This is such a like
goddamn Chewbacca.
Goddamn Chewbacca. You gotta fix the hyperdrive.
Yeah, goddamn.
Yeah, look at this photo. This is early Photoshop type thing here, where they're cut out of the frame.
Yeah,
here.
the edges look very.
The edges look weird.
They look very bright.
Pretty cool looking though. I'll say it still kind of look cool.
Yeah. Sigourney Weaver's in the shit.
Yeah, but even yeah, of course. What are you talking about? Of course.
Oh, you're showing the. I thought you were talking about like some new.
No. The eggs popping off, on her, the fridge Zool thing. Yeah, that movie's good, man. That movie's like, God, that movie's great. It really is one of those movies that I always thought like it's like too good for it, like to be a comedy movie and this like goofy movie. It's like way too good for what it is. It is also. It's like this is next level kind of thing. Like they didn't even know what they made. I feel like.
Yeah, speaking of
why it's good.
Berries, remember the part where the ghost blows them?
Yeah, I was actually going to clip that out where Dan Aykroyd gets that blowjob.
It always I get like so self-conscious when people talk about member berries, and then I try and bring up anything that's ever happened before.
Yeah. Well, no, I think there's. I mean, the thing is,
there's an actual sequence where
the ghost blowjob
opens his zipper up, and then there's like this cutaway of his face leaning back like he just came. I mean, what the fuck? This is a kiss movie in a weird way, isn't it? I mean,
no, not really, man. This was see, that's the thing is like that's not what they were going for.
There's also that
weird it became a kids movie.
Sigourney
the second one's a kids movie because it became a kids thing, but no, at first it was a comedy, man. At first it was just some
weird sequence too where Sigourney Weaver is like trying to make him like Bill Murray fuck him, and he's like, "Oh, this is kind of awkward."
Oh yeah, with Zool.
Yeah. Yeah, we got to see Dan Aykroyd's cum face. Oh. Stop motion.
Yeah, and the best thing also is how Dan Aykroyd, he's into all this shit too. He's from his parents were mediums, and they
yeah, didn't you? I thought you met him and
met him.
got like his
Talked about UFOs
Crystal
for like
Skull stuff autographed.
Talked about UFOs for like a brief 2 minutes, and yeah, he was into that. As soon as I brought up UFOs, he like started talking.
Didn't you? I thought you had like I thought you had an experience where some like weird aircraft was hovering around Millstone and shit.
I've had a UFO experience. I don't know what it was.
Didn't you see like it looked like a
it's a triangle
like a
UFO
blow up? Like, because I've seen
no
stuff
like
from like World War II where there's these like blow up tanks where they're just like inflatable objects, and if you line them up from miles away, it looks like your artillery's and like all your numbers of the army are much bigger than they really are, but they're just like inflatable.
I mean, it could have been what I saw could have been like some military blimp that was fucking triangular and crazy, but I don't know. You know what's fucked up
is like we are in that like signs level of kind of
we're almost there.
Cornfields and farmland where they could be like just testing and
it's true.
Isn't like, don't you feel like signs in a way is like referencing that shit where it's like it's just government kind of experiments on the public without them knowing it and stuff?
Yeah, no, I kind of think it. I do kind of think that. But even this, it's like what's his saying here? Ernie Hudson saying we can say it's a racial thing, but I think Eddie Murphy had played the role I played, he would have been paid very well. Because this is talking about, they're saying like, did racism play into his role where his role got shrunk and his paycheck got shrunk? But you know what?
I thought he was asking for way too much money than he really should have. And then
no, but also it's like, what do you think is going to happen?
Yourself.
Like, if you can't get Eddie Murphy, you're going to cut down the role, obviously. Like, if you're going to have another role that was going to have Eddie Murphy in it in the first movie, and then you can't get him, you're going to cut down that role, obviously. So that's exactly where Ernie Hudson comes into play here. And then also the paycheck is obviously also going to get cut because your role got reduced. So it's just sort of a realistic thing there. I don't think it's anything to do with race. And then again, if Eddie Murphy did play it, I'm sure he would have got paid the fuck out. You know, that's the truth. He got paid the fuck out for everything else he's done. I've fucking seen Shrek. I've seen Donkey. I've seen Dr. Dolittle. Right? Have you seen that? You probably have.
Yeah, those movies are good.
Shrek?
No, the Dr. Dolittle stuff. They were
good.
Very depressing. You know, like I
never saw
really bad for his character.
Are you talking about the Clumps?
He gets bullied and treated.
I think you're thinking about the Clumps movie.
Oh, I am.
Yeah, you're not thinking of Dr. Dolittle. Dr. Dolittle
No,
sucked.
I'm thinking of the Clumps.
Yeah, you're thinking of the Nutty Professor movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, those were pretty good. But yeah, the Clumps, the Clumps wasn't too good either. But yeah, the Dr. Dolittle was really bad. That's like some Osmosis Jones kind of shit. That's also
with really Raven Simone.
Yes, she was the little girl in it. Yep, you're right.
That's so
Frozen Empire. It's doing all right. I heard kids like this movie, which is surprising to hear. Kids actually like something. They actually like this movie.
Why? Like, what do you think?
I don't know. I couldn't tell you why. Maybe the lesbian.
It's not the villain because it's only in for like 5 fucking minutes of the movie, right?
Yeah, the villain's and the villain's kind of cool for what it is.
You know what it is? Kids like Bill Murray.
Red Letter Media nailed it. They talked about it. This whole movie feels like an episode of the cartoon. Remember the Ghostbusters cartoon? Like when we were growing up, there was a Ghostbusters cartoon called The Real Ghostbusters.
I remember Street Sharks more than that.
Well, there's a cartoon called The Real Ghostbusters.
You remember Street Sharks?
Yeah, I remember Street Sharks. But basically, with the Ghostbusters cartoon, they'd have a villain of the week, and that's what this movie felt like with the Ice Ghost. It was a villain of the week, so which is cool. I like that.
Yeah, that's like what was good about Power Rangers. You know?
Yeah,
like
it was
Power
good about
Rangers had like villain of the week.
That was good about The Witcher. The episodes I saw that were good, season 1 of The Witcher, were just about.
Yeah, I want to check that shit out because the guy who played him,
like that was cool. You have a monster of the week.
Fuck around with lore and stuff. You know, like he only chooses certain projects that he kind of has interest in.
Yeah, he does. He has integrity, actually.
Not that he's like a good actor or anything, but
I can't tell. I have to say, it's like Daniel Jones. I've seen him for 5 years.
When he first found out that he was going to play Superman, he was wowing at the time and blocked the call and didn't even take it.
Yeah, that's a big plus up there. It's a big thumbs
He's
up.
like in the middle of a raid, and he didn't want to be, interrupted.
Yeah, and he made the right choice.
For like one of the biggest franchises,
of all time. Well, it sucks now, man. He's I mean, again, also he should be James Bond. I don't think he will.
Did you ever see that clip of Christopher Reeve on Letterman saying how Marlon Brando fucking phoned it in, and that
he didn't even say the names right.
The Temple of Marlon Brando, but he thought he was just a washed-up hack that wasn't trying any hard, and just showing up for the check and being him a fuck. Like, that's an awesome clip. And there's a part where Letterman goes, "Oh, well, here's Marlon Brando," and then at first he's like kind of thrown off, and he goes, "You know what? I don't give a shit. If he showed up right now, I'd say to his fucking face."
He doesn't even say the names right. He says like Krypton wrong. He says all the names wrong, and like no one. I guess he didn't even want to do another take because they probably paid him too much. Yeah, like he says everything wrong. It's like kind of a known thing. But yeah, Frozen Empire, by the way, is not doing as bad as I thought. This was only made for $100,000, which that's not $100,000. It's $100 million. $100 million, which is crazy when you think about that money. Yeah, basically, we're getting close. It's at I mean, this movie needs to make $200 million, which is it's gonna make it. This will make it. This is not a failure. This is kind of what you want to do with the movie. I thought this would do way worse. I think I thought when I saw this movie, I was like, yeah, this is the end of the Finn Wolfhard, the girl who's in this, what's her name? The Paul Rudd thing too. Like, this is the end of all this. Maybe they'll reboot it down the line. Now I kind of think, I guess there probably might be another one. There might be another one. Or you know what? This might be something where, and hear me out. I wouldn't mind seeing this. I actually wouldn't mind seeing this at all. This should be a show. This should be a TV show. I would not mind seeing a Monster of the Week with this cast and these people. It would actually be kind of cool. I'd be fine with it. I don't hate these people. I don't hate these people in the movie. I don't mind seeing Dan Aykroyd and things. I think you should make this a TV show. This should be a TV show. Dan Aykroyd could come back for a little bit. You don't have, maybe Bill Murray's in it for one episode. This should be a TV show. Have your Ghost of the Week episode, monster, whatever you want to do. I actually would think I would like it a lot more. The Finn Wolfhard kid, TV type actor anyway. Carrie Coon they don't give her anything in this new movie. So give her something in a show. Paul Rudd, people like. Why not have him in a TV show? I could see this as a TV show. I think it'd be great. Also, looking back at, I wanted to check this out. This was just the theaters going on here. Check out this. This is a crappy theater. This is a terrible, terrible theater. Ripped up seats. Cho jeans. Gave it to me as a gift, but didn't realize it was an insult.
Said no gag gifts, and Julie gave me chode jeans, and I almost killed myself.
What are chode jeans?
Chode jeans. They're jeans for a chode. Size 54 waist, 10-inch legs, fucking junk. Julie gave them to me.
It was just a joke.
I almost killed myself, Julie.
Russell.
Yeah, and also, I was looking at the numbers here. Let's just see. I mean, this is 9:39. We're at a time where, is it too late for things? Let's take a look. I'm gonna refresh the page. Okay. Frozen Empire, 9:45. Let's see what's going on. This is a shitty theater. This is a Cho Jean theater. So take it for what it is. And we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got 5 people there. Okay, so 5 people going to see that. Not yet. You know what I was looking at? People are actually going to see this Kong and Godzilla movie. Take a look at this. Look at this movie theater. This is actually filled for movies. Like, this is actually pretty damn good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. There's about 30 people in this theater. That is surprising to see. I've never seen this theater have 30 people in it. Never. So, this Kong movie is actually making fucking money. I looked at it yesterday, too. People are actually going to see this Godzilla Kong movie. It's surprising. Can you believe that?
Is it like a re-release?
No. That's the new. Yeah, it's a confusing thing. There's that.
Yeah, they make a lot of Godzilla fucking movies.
Well, there's a separation though. The one I saw
Wasn't
that
there
was
one
good.
that you thought was like gonna be eligible for Best Picture and shit?
That's a Japanese movie though. It has nothing to do with this American version. Like this is the American version. Nothing to do with it. There's
It'd
no
be weird
connection.
if they said, like, fuck all the advancements in CG and stuff. We're going back to people in suits.
Yeah. I like that. I'd like that. Let's see some drop kick, Godzilla kind of things, right? You know what I'm talking about, right? With the drop kick.
Yeah, I want like some, like female part accidentally queefing during the filming, because they're in the suit. They haven't gone to the bathroom in like 3 hours.
I like that. That's a pussy fart. What are you talking about? Was there sound at there at the end or no?
Not at all.
Weird. That's so weird. That is so strange. But you didn't really need sound there.
Occurrence that's happening, or
I don't know what's going on with that, but I don't doubt it. I think it's something maybe with this StreamYard shit, which is kind of driving me crazy.
Well, this queef talk. That's
yeah.
That's what you get.
Speaking of queef talk, yeah.
Ghostbusters, yeah, the first one.
Ghostbusters. Speaking of queef, that's a Zool queef, right?
Reboot.
Are you the
All
gatekeeper?
five must have probably instituted like a fine per queef,
Oh, there had to been tons of queefs.
They had
on
like
that
a queef jar, and if you queef
tons of queefs on that set.
you gotta put like $100 in it.
And Paul Feig queefed the most. So it's like
You're not helping your case to get on ban right now.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's true, man. That's a really good point.
No, I'm gonna clip this and send it to him and say, "This is your biggest fan right now."
Yeah, I've turned against Paul Feig. I've now grown to hate Paul Feig.
Yeah, I guess your heart's gone cold, just like the villain of the new movie.
You got Godzuki in here, man. When they're gonna do a Godzuki movie, right?
When they run out of everything else.
All the MILFs come out for Godzuki, right?
I guarantee you,
right?
like 5 years from now, this piece of shit will get represented one way or another because they just.
Yeah, they're gonna do a whole Godzuki trilogy. Yeah, you're right.
Fucking iteration.
They got to bring back Godzuki.
Bring back Matthew Broderick.
Yeah, bring back Matthew Broderick into anything, right?
Very cool.
Very cool.
Very cool.
Voy Kurag.
Gotta clap for that.
Gotta clap for it. Gotta clap for it.
Very cool.
Very cool.
Amazing. Whoa. Very cool.
Wow.
I don't give a flying fuck into a rolling donut about what Al Pacino thinks.
What is it? What's wrong, sister?
There we go. Look at that clip. It's a good clip.
Yeah, I never realized that all their suits were thematically, like.
Oh, are they? I gotta look at it again.
Very cool.
Very cool.
Very cool.
You got the R2D2.
R2.
You got a Star Wars thing. You got a Pac-Man.
What
I
is
know.
that burger, by the way? Like, are they promoting some local chain that they have?
I think it's like a Popeye thing. You know, like that there's that guy who's always got to eating a hamburger. You know.
I thought maybe this is like their version of
who is that guy?
Burger or In-N-Out or Shake Shack.
Who's that hamburger guy who's always eating a hamburger the whole time?
Five Guys.
You know what I'm talking about? There's that guy who's always eating hamburgers.
Hamburger?
I don't think it's that. I think that's McDonald's. There's a guy who's always eating hamburgers. It's a thing.
Yeah, what do you think of White Castle?
Terrible.
A lot of onions.
Terrible.
I remember right after we watched the Harold and Kumar stuff, I like was obsessed with having to go there. Like I had,
yeah. And then I think same here. And then I tried it, and I was like, "Oh."
And after watching that movie, I just needed to fucking taste it. And
yeah, and then I tried it.
That movie,
really bad.
As much as I love it, it is almost like just an hour and a half long ad campaign. Or like a
is it though? I think it is pretty funny for what it is. That might have been what got it paid for. Is that they got the ad money.
After watching that movie, I wanted to taste White Castle so fucking bad.
It's funny. You could have, if you're in New Jersey, just go to like a Wawa. It'd probably be a better time than going to White Castle. It's open 24 hours.
Really, you think so?
I mean, over White Castle, Wawa. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of Wawa, but yeah, definitely, definitely.
It's fucked up. I didn't realize Wawa was like regional.
Or fucking honestly,
all over the place.
At that point, also you're trying to get like a burger. Go to a fucking McDonald's. It's probably better. Same thing. Like is it any different?
You know what really fucking sucks? Sonic. That place is disgusting.
Yeah, Sonic sucks.
That fucking place.
Yeah, I remember on the road trip.
Terrible.
I was going. It's funny. I went on a road trip to Vegas and Denver, and that was. I actually was realizing how that was 9 years ago. Getting old, but yeah. Doug always wanted to go to fucking Sonic, and that place sucks. That was the last time I ever went to Sonic. It was 9 years ago because I was like Sonic'd out because I was like, this place fucking sucks. Like they're bad. They're like a worse McDonald's. That's all it is.
Opened up near Freehold, but even then it was like, just gross.
They have this. They have one thing. They have kind of like cool. They have like decent drinks, like some decent.
Yeah, they're all about like slush puppies,
slushies, or this or that. Like so, they have that,
or
like a milkshake.
To
like a milkshake. They have
take
that.
Take your attention away from how fucking bad the food is.
But their food is really bad. But like the drinks are all right.
Suck. Their fries fucking suck. If you're gonna have a foundation of a fast food place, they both have to be decent. Yeah. Like
that's where like Five Guys comes.
At least their fucking fries are good.
Are they though? I think they're kind of bad. I don't know. I think they were good. I think they're bad now.
What do you mean? Why would McDonald's change the recipe?
I think it's. I don't know. I feel like I've had it. I mean, again, I haven't had McDonald's in a couple of years, but I remember it not being that great last time I had it.
Why would McDonald's need to change anything? Like they're like a factory.
Their burgers are awful.
Anything.
They also have. They're another one of those like Sonic. They have awful burgers. Like I don't know why people like those burgers. I can't get it. That doesn't get. I can't get that through my head. Those are really bad hamburgers.
I don't know. To me, the grossest shit they have are their chicken nuggets.
That's really gross. That's always been like I don't get who likes that. People do. I remember we'd go to Six Flags.
Kevin Mandango with like a box of milk. He's good to go.
You know what I have to say? I looked him up. Like it's weird that you say I looked him up the other day just to like see what he's doing. Doing well.
Why?
So good for Kevin Mandango. For some reason, he popped in my head, so I had to like search what he was doing, and he's got a good job. He lives in Florida. He's married to he's got a husband down there, so he's doing good. He's got 3 dogs.
What is that on like LinkedIn or something?
It was on LinkedIn. Well, I think because he's gay, he whatever company he was working for, they did like a little article on him. He had an LGBTQ plus article on his company. So
does he still
I
play
found
sax?
that. What's that?
Does he still play sax?
Probably. That's gay, right?
I don't know. Gay or not, it's pretty awesome that you can play a woodwind. I mean, playing a woodwind instrument and sucking dick does feel like it has a correlation to it,
They go together, right?
Yeah, just the way that you have to like breathe and inhale, whether it's a load of audio or it's a load of some guy's semen. You know how to take it in and turn it into music. You know.
I mean, here's his article on acceptance, and support. I think he's got one. He's a human. He's HR. So that's a good role for someone that's gay, or because you could play into your.
HR is such bullshit. I mean,
it's such bullshit.
People that I work with that are HR, they'll tell me it's like
it's such bullshit.
I'm just here to like set up all these like stupid things that you have to do, and they don't matter, and all these like regulations that we have to meet that don't matter. But I'm not gonna fight any of it because then I'd be unemployed.
Now here's him talking about Pride Month. He's got a lot of good things to say. Good for him, though. Good for him. Seems like he's doing good, so that's good. He's got a husband. He's got 3 dogs. That's cool. People are gay in this world. That's okay. That's the thing that I have to say. Like these right-wing people are so anti everything. That does exist. It's okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, like I never realized until all this like Caleb Williams shit. There's like these people who their whole like mission in life is just being
to, like call out these gay like rap bars or something like.
Well, okay, so
yeah, it's become like a thing. Like they're trying to call out everyone who might be gay in rap, and it's like, oh God, who cares? It's embarrassing.
No,
it's fine.
It's not even that. It's like people are freaking out about Caleb Williams having
pink fucking
nails and a pink phone case.
Well, I think he probably is.
Rodman was full out cross-dressing at the time in the same market, and they had no problem. It just goes to show you, like, everything's forgiven if you win. It doesn't matter, you know.
It's all about if you're good. No one gave a shit about Rodman because he got fucking 18 rebounds.
One of the best examples to me is when Dante Stallworth, who was like a borderline wide receiver 3 for the Saints, ran some motherfucking guy over and played the next week because they were in the fucking Super Bowl.
Right.
And
no one cared at all.
Like a 4th target. I mean, if they were not in that context, that motherfucker would be serving like 5 to 10, you know?
Oh, yeah.
It's
different
so
now,
funny
man.
How they make exemptions for certain things, and then if they don't like you, it's like you're shadow banned to some, you know, realm of. I mean,
no, that's the case, man. It's they like you until you're losing. Like it's like Ray Rice. Once he started to suck, they were like, "We're done with you."
No. The thing about Ray Rice was until the elevator footage came out, he was good to go. Like he was going to get 3 games suspension, and then the footage came out.
Yeah,
I think a couple days later, it was like, okay, he's done forever.
Yeah, you're done, bud.
And unfortunately for Rutgers, they haven't done that well as far as recruiting since then.
Oh, yeah, Pacheco. Pacheco's out of Rutgers. Super Bowl champ.
But
twice, right? 2-time Super Bowl champ, Pacheco. All right. At least once. I mean, we know he won this year, but did he win last year? Didn't they win last year?
I know Kadarius Toney's got 2.
Yeah, I think he's got 2 too. It's crazy. I think he's got 2.
You know what's funny about him too? Is
the two-time Super Bowl champ.
Pacheco from Rutgers. That he actually like had any kind of factor or like influence that happening.
Yeah.
While he was just like watching it all on the sideline.
Embarrassing. Yeah, you were just there, bud. There's a lot of people like that. I wouldn't even.
You know what? 5 years from now, he's got 2 rings that he can sell.
I would live in. If I was him, I'd live in Missouri or whatever. You know.
Well, he's already in Florida, so.
I would move to fucking Missouri. Move to like where people actually know, like you. You know.
But he can pawn those 2 Super Bowl rings off for, you know.
Yeah. Did you know that
mixtapes or something?
Did you know that Kansas City is in 2 states? Did you know that? There's because I drove through Kansas City. There's a Kansas City, Missouri. And then there's a Kansas City, Kansas. It's very strange. Very strange. It's like it's like on the borderline of the state, the city.
People in Kansas City are probably saying it's too many.
Well, like the Royals and the Chiefs play in Missouri, technically, but the city is in both Missouri and Kansas. Kansas, boring state, boring ass state. Missouri's not a bad state, underrated state. Not a bad state. A lot of hot blonde girls. Go out there. There's like blonde girls. Like we have all these brunette, Italian, Jewish girls over here in New Jersey. Go to the Midwest. You get actually blonde women. They're pretty attractive. Probably believe in God, something like that.
Yeah, there's not a lot of Asians in New Jersey. I wish I could find where they're.
Oh, really? They're flat. They're like flat asses, flat chests. I don't know. I disagree.
About what?
They're all out in fucking San Francisco. Go to San Francisco. That's where they're all at. They're all on the West Coast. Asian women. I don't know. I don't agree on that. I don't think they're.
I don't think that's where you want to go for them. You want to go to like New Egypt.
What do you mean?
I heard there's a big
in New Jersey?
Korean community in New Egypt.
No, I don't think so.
And not Edison, Koreans you're thinking of with Kim Jong-un and Dennis Rodman.
Edison might be the best area for Asians. There's a whole like
Edison?
Yeah, there's like numerous Asian supermarkets that actually are all like, if you look at their languages, it's all in Korean and Japanese.
Okay.
Yeah, Edison for sure is very Asian. They also have, the reason why is Middlesex County in New Jersey has the best school system, so you'll see a lot of Indians and Asians there.
Trick out in the parking lot, you know.
We're not like, I mean, I know like San Francisco is like just all Japanese, all Korean. It's like we don't have the Asians like they do out there. I mean, you got to think about locality too. Like locality, that's not far from Korea.
Well, they probably don't like that cold of a climate then.
No, but also just like, you know, like think about immigration, you know, like immigration in the East Coast here where we're at, you know, people from Western Europe, you know, Italy, were coming to New York because it was the closest thing across the fucking Atlantic. The other side, you got the Pacific, you know, then you have people coming from California to San Francisco, like the Chinese, the Japanese, Korean. That's where that all is. It's just not here. It doesn't make sense for them to be here. You know, like, I mean, some have, but more immigration for those countries are over on the West Coast for sure. Seattle, I know, is all those West Coast cities are very Asian. San Francisco, I know there's communities where you have to be Asian to actually get like a house. You know, like it's kind of racist. You have to be like,
ooh,
yeah. It's.
Turn me up.
I mean, like Chinatown, and I know like Chinatown in San Francisco is like gigantic. So it's a very Asian area over there.
Nice.
But I've never been into California, so I have no clue. But I do know that is where the most Asian population is in America.
I don't think you really like Asians in general anyway. You like BBWs.
Yeah, I like those BBWs, man.
Matured BBWs with like like 2 pairs of pants on.
Yeah. I don't mind some mature. I don't mind my older ladies that are.
No, I don't mind them either. Like half the staff that I had then, I was like, all the young people are not that great, but the older ones are a little better. So,
no, I'm kind of with this girl right now. I mean, I'm not with her, but it's like a friends with benefits kind of thing where I see her when her kids are away. She's 45, so it's like. Basically, it's a sex thing, and I'm all for that. I'm all for that.
That's a BBW?
No, she's regular. No, she's not BBW.
Just a BW.
What's a BW? Big and beautiful.
I don't know.
Just beautiful white woman. Yeah, she's not beautiful, but
no, it's like Michelle Pfeiffer.
Yeah, I mean I'm having sex with her. That's all it counts. It's all it counts. I know. But Chinese Americans, the largest population is in the West Coast right there. I'm looking it up. It is in the West Coast. Chinese
Isn't it
and
just based on geography?
Dude, it makes sense, man. They're just going to populate to the West Coast. That's all it is. They're gonna populate there because that's the closest origin of to travel. That's what it is.
Yeah, I'm saving up though. I do
There you
want to go to Amsterdam.
Yeah.
I'm trying to parlay that though.
Trying to see the art museums.
I'm trying to parlay the Amsterdam trip into some adjacent territories from it also, because I don't need to spend like a whole lot of time there.
I know you're a big fan of Vermeer. You like all his paintings, so like I know you're a big fan of Vermeer. So you're going to.
I'm trying to go to Riga and Latvia. I'm trying to go to that.
Oh, really? Okay. You're getting close to Russia right there. A little too close for comfort right there, right?
Not mine. I don't give a shit.
Well, I guess you could go. I mean, can we even go to Russia right now?
Kidnapped or bombed. Then yeah.
That is kind of crazy. Can you travel to Russia right now? I don't think you. I wonder if you can. I feel like why not, right?
There's like a visa ban or something.
I mean, Latvia touches fucking Russia, by the way, on the right. I mean, Riga's not. I mean, it's close. I mean, it still is on like the Baltic Sea, so you're kind of like towards Sweden, Finland, that area. Yeah, I mean that's some top shelf people right there. I mean, Northern Europe is, to me, I don't know. Throw aside those Asians, you got those Northern Europeans. That's what you're talking about. Then you're talking my language. Then you're talking my language right there. They're talking everyone's language. Get those Nordic women. That's probably better. I don't know.
But didn't you say Nordic people?
Each to their own.
Or like a subsect of the creatures you'll see when you take like ayahuasca or DMT or
No. There's these aliens. Like some people have seen aliens that are Nordic.
Fish people,
Nordic aliens.
Lizard people, and then Nordic people.
Well, because aliens. Some people will see aliens that look Nordic.
I know it's
that are tall, blondes.
Out of all the factions, they're the most regular.
It could be like a racist thing too. It could be like a Nordic. It could be like the what is it? Kind of like the German, what they call them, the Aryan race that like Hitler was looking for. That kind of sounds like what people are referring to.
Purebreds.
It could be a Nordic thing. Could be Nordic.
Fear, F-E-A-R.
F-E-R.
That stands for false evidence appearing real.
Yeah.
Romance, you know what it stands for? It stands for relying on magnificent and necessary compatible energy. Relationship, R-E-L-A-T-I-O-N-S-H-A-P. That stands for really exciting love affair, turns into nightmare, sobriety hangs in peril.
Boy, do I know it. He's right on that. Yeah, man, that's about it for us. Love it. So I'll see you next time. Okay. He's kind of Nordic, Gary Busey. That's why I brought it up. He kind of looks like a Nordic person, right? We're at Wizard_Shack on Twitter, WizardShack on YouTube, WizardShack Media on Twitch, WizardShack on Rumble. You can find us anywhere. Reach out. Say hello. Hello. You guys are racist. Say you guys are racist. You talk all this smack on Asian people. They're great people. Ugh. Not the best drivers, but good people, right? Hey, we can't have it all. See you guys.